Hello, hello, hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere. And it's time to continue our playthrough of Stasis. So let's load up where we last left off here. Now, we had just gotten past that. You know, I still don't get how we're getting that. Ugh. Alright. So, portal. Oh, there's a PDA. Oh wait, here's another PDA. Let's get that PDA first. Erica Boxer, April 16th. That utter jerk. That utter jerk. I cannot believe that a-hole. What kind of man dumps a girl on their anniversary? Ooh. Poor Danica is in hysterics. I had to swap my shifts on account of that prick. Sadie made her that easy enough. She's such a good friend to me. We were inseparable at the nursing school until she decided to branch out into botany. Seems she suited more to general medicine research than patient care. That's fine, I don't mind. I prefer working with people to plants anyway. The new walkway and hydroponics is a bonus too. Some of our boys like to stretch their new limbs among the greenery. Who said that the new departments were of no use? This is selfish, I know, but damn it, I had so much on my plate. I'm having to do serious overtime, and then ungrateful turds like Eric mean I've got even more to deal with. My poor baby sister. Body of a 30-year-old woman, mind of a 16-year-old girl. Apparently he says being the pilot of the Ozymandias is just too much pressure on a relationship, as is that sweet little co-pilot he recently acquired. I've had it up to here with pilots. Are they ever not chasing tail? Well, tonight should be okay, as I've got Danica coming around with some of the girls and a shipment of Martian champagne. Oh, well, at least they're looking out for him. July 10th, the budget increase is proving to be a blessing and a curse. We've got more equipment for sure, but nowhere near enough space for it. If only the Groom Lake was one of those modular types, we might be able to get some extra room. Sadie and I are working our butts off around here. God bless Sadie. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably be an alcoholic by now. Danica is still not over her D-bag ex and calls me up crying most nights just to talk about how she misses him. Next time I see him, I'm going to punch his lights out. I worry about Danica. She's depressed, not eating, not sleeping. I might ask Gracia to book her in for an appointment. She needs a shrink. Work-wise, the regeneration tanks are working beautifully, but the increased demand for them means we're running short of chemical dissociation reagents, and the cell growth regeneration fluid is pretty much spent. Speaking of the fluid, it's the new stuff Dr. Milan's unit has had us using. It's technically the same as the last stuff, but I'm sure the molecular composition is different. Apparently, it's 4 times as effective. It seems kind of unpredictable, actually. I've already asked Dr. Harvey to request that we switch back to the old one, which he has done twice. Why are they ignoring us? December 18th. Crazy brawl in the mess hall today. All of the guys sweating and looking like they OD'd or something. There's been a spike in violent assaults. I'd swear it has something to do with the new supplies that came in. Ever since that new regen fluid, it seems like everything else is slightly off too. I'm sure of it. Diet, medicines, genetic samples, you name it. I spoke to Sadie and she also swears there's been tampering. The idea that we've been ingesting bad food for months scares the out of me. I'm going to get a friend of mine to analyze some samples. Until then, I'm locking my door at night. I'm not sure who I could trust. Sadie's been giving me strange looks too. I might actually change the lock. December 19th. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I have to see Danica. I have to. She's with 2 others near the hangars, and I'm stuck here in medical. 2 rifles taken from Malone and Bird, and a laser scalpel. That's all we have to get there. Sadie keeps fighting me on this and making excuses. She's starting to piss me off. Has that idiot forgotten where we are? That the Groom Lake is now a freaking hunting ground and my sister is in the middle of it? I don't effing care if they don't come with me. I have to see my sister. I have to know about Danica. I heard her on the radio a day or so ago, so I know she's still alive. She has to be hiding. Danica was always better than me at hide-and-seek back home. It took hours to find her once. Mom sent me a search party for her, and she's been hiding at the bottom of the garden, tucked inside a dirt hole where Dad was planting beets. She's hiding. She has to be. Sadie is causing me problems. If she won't come with me, I guess I'll have to make her come along whether she wants to or not. Okay, and what do we got here? Food enhancement report. I was under the misapprehension that your request was perhaps just paranoia. But given the tests I performed on the provided samples, well, I have to be honest. Its implications are frightening. I will generally concur with your initial theory that some batches just went bad. But there is clearly much more than spoilage at work. You have to understand that when batches like this are spoiled, they are all spoiled. Not just a few. A fungus, for instance, will spread through samples, but this is an astonishing difference between the samples you sent me. Some seem to have been cultivated quite for the qualities they demonstrate. Did you know that the Bariska sample is enhanced with a genetically modified form of PCP? I know this because I tested the sample on one of my rats. The poor little thing lashed out violently, suffered a seizure, and then died. The precise name is DV8-5, a drug that was popular for enhancing the abilities of so-called remote viewers during the eugenics wars. Eugenic wars? Weren't those in Star Trek's universe? Laboratory created stuff, all designer, all professional. The most alarming part is that owing to the different genetic strains seen in the 5 samples you sent for analysis, I get the impression that these contaminants were deliberately distributed to both staff and patients. I'm not sure what lunatic would do such a thing, least of all a long-haul lab ship. Least of all on a long-haul lab ship. But I've already sent a request to my superiors at the ministry to examine the matter further. On an informal note, please look after yourself, Erica. You were always my best pupil, and I'm pleased to you chose to confide in me. I do apologize that it's taken so long to get back to you. Oh, boy. Okay.
I think I found the crew.
Are they also bloodied up, like the guy under the floor?
You could say that. I'm not sure how many people I'm looking at. It's like something from a eugenics war painting.
Try to push through, John. A few decks below, one step at a time.
Well. Let's get this PDA. Oh boy, Sadie A. Callister. Okay. I thought that becoming the new head medical tech on this deck would actually improve things, but it's like being thrown into the lion's den. The lockdown a few months back was a pain, but these inventory discrepancies are the real problem. And then yesterday the systems went haywire. First thing Erica does, of course, is call up her little sister to make sure she's okay. I suppose I can understand that. I just wish, well, I wish she'd asked me sometimes too. Yesterday during the power outage, I was locked inside a storage room for 2 hours, but Danica's fine, of course. So who cares about me? I was only trapped in a product storage room with only plant cultures and human limbs for company. I took a look at them, actually. It's part of my job, with the plants anyway. And I had to do something to keep my mind off things. Good specimens, all of them, except for samples 99, D, E, and F. I couldn't for the life of me work out why samples this badly mutated would be permitted anywhere near the greenhouses. These are recent too. Dear God, what imbecile is shipping sent these to storage? Kane's hydroponics have been the strictest quarantine regulations in the galaxy, punishable by losing your damn job. It must be that new section a few floors down. They've got all kinds of fools on the payroll. Now, I usually like to spend time in the greenhouses, but I swear something's going funny with some of the new crops. Erica said I'm probably just imagining it, but I had a whole batch of brassica growth cultures thrown out the other day, showing signs of what looked like Dutch elm disease. How is that possible? I'm going to submit a report. How am I supposed to explain to Dr. Milan and the board that we have mutant cultures in storage and perfectly good crops with extinct diseases is another matter? 20. Erica lost her damn mind. I'm scared out of my mind right now. She's dragged us on a fool's errand across the ship to look for Danica. I tried to tell her how I saw one of those things wearing Danica's face the other morning. Oh God, it makes me want to puke just thinking about it. It looks like a deflated balloon as it scuttled up the walls. I swear, Ingracia fried it with a bolt, but we can't be sure. He's a psychiatrist, not a soldier. And again, are any of us soldiers? Erica seems to think we're in the Marine Corps, waving around that rifle like with a crazy look in her eye, threatening to kill anyone who disagrees with her. Erica, I told her, you're a nurse. God, I barely recognize her anymore. What happened to my best friend? What happened to that girl from Stokely, Mississippi? I don't know who Erica Boxer is anymore. Oh. Erica died this morning. My friend is gone. One of those horrific things tore her spine out of her body right in front of my eyes. I must be one of the last ones left alive. Not that I've got long. I'm infected with something. I can feel it. I checked out the hydroponic lab this morning. It's a wreck. I could have told them, anyone could have told them, that trying to breed a new fungus to kill the old one would be disastrous. The rest of it won't budge. I've tried tearing it away with the laser scalpel Erica gave me, but it did nothing. Zip, zilch, nada. What doesn't kill it really does make it stronger. I'm going back to retrieve Erica's remains later. I know she died, a crazy woman, but she was my friend. I still love her. Notices and reports, data tags. Dear all, for those of you who are still able to receive these messages on the intranet, you'll know by now that the creatures are using our PDTs to proceed past security checkpoints. To prevent this, I've decided that each in turn you'll proceed under armed guard to the primary surgery pod, where your PDTs will be removed. Once this is done, we will reprogram security protocols so they will target all creatures that still possess these tags. Do not answer the doors to your quarters unless confirmed by the designated password. Today that word is Aegis. Whoa. And anything in here? Ooh, 2 of them. Okay. Oh, inventory anomalies. First, allow me to apologize for mailing you directly, but this is a classified red emergency. I've undertaken further inspection beyond samples 99D, E, and F, and found that the majority of our inventory has been compromised by tampering. There are signs that the tampering began some time ago. Some of the materials are merely spoiled, but a large quantity appears to have been illegally modified. Great! I'm not sure who the new suppliers are, but the inventory they have provided does not match the chemical manifest included. I'm aware this is a shipping concern rather than a hydroponic one, but Project Seed is based around our successful cultivation of hyper-nutritious plants in unusual conditions. With the number of illegal or mutated nutrients going into our plant... Wait. With the current stock we possess, there is no limit to the number of illegal or mutated nutrients going into our plant growth. I advise that shipping and medical begin thorough inspection of the received cargo. I suspect the problem could go back for months, although I have no evidence to prove this. Please recommend immediate termination of supply runs and decontamination of irrigation pipes until this is resolved. I love you very much, sweetie, but have you lost your damn mind? Those samples are restricted. What if Dr. Milan finds out you brought samples from out of the storage bays? It's not only your job you'll be losing. I'll do what you ask, but only because you've never been wrong before. So I pray to God you are this time. Great. Oh, what's this? Blood and tissue. Ugh. Oh my God. Alright, I got it. Alright, let's go through this door now. Ooh, force field. Oh my God. Something here.
Serotonergics receptors are present in your principal vascular system.
Okay.
Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at Kane security employees will not be tolerated.
Okay. What the hell is this?
Back. It's been cut open.
Of course! They must have manually removed the PDTs. That's why the security systems were reset in medical.
Bodies. The bodies in the crew quarters. They were skinned. The creatures were using the PDTs to move through secure areas.
Must have realized what was going on.
So for me to get to the lower decks,
You have to remove your tag.
remove?
Perhaps electric shock. No, that wouldn't work. John,
Oh boy.
this is the only surefire way.
What are you saying?
The surgery pod should already be programmed to remove it.
It didn't work out so well for this poor woman.
It's the only way, unless you space jump between decks.
See, this is surgery.
John, prep the pod.
Oh, great. PDA here. Let's see here. Okay. Oh boy. New year for the chief surgeon. New year for the chief surgeon as a new year for the staff of the medical deck. I have to think of it that way or it gets rather confusing. The staff of the medical deck now consists of 3 extra sections: cybernetics, tissue regeneration, for some reason medicinal hydroponics. Yes, it may be medicinal, but as I told Dr. Milan, they are still plants. I don't wish to seem ungrateful. It is Kane Corporation who opened so many new doorways for me and who refined the frontiers of medicine for us all. As a man who served his apprenticeship on the battlefields, elbow deep in the blood of innocents, to see those deserts and war-torn villages reborn as images of nirvana is a privilege, and all thanks to the science of Kane. And yet it's hard to understand why on the Groom Lake so many departments are being forced to share resources like this. I hear our budget will be up for review soon and the chances of us getting an increase are slim. I shall try to remain positive. My goodness, a 300% budget increase. I have not yet been able to even imagine how helpful this financial windfall will be. Dr. Milan assured me that a sizable portion of this budget will be applied to Project Seed. It makes our work that much more essential. We'll order new equipment and new samples, although I don't totally agree with the ethics of Dr. Milan's acquisition of volunteers for surgery and testing. The leaps and bounds we've made in our research, more make up for the rest of it. Is it wrong that we must test the limits of morality for the greater good? I'm a surgeon who has seen many awful things in the blood-soaked abattoirs of the Pangea Wars. So perhaps this should be second nature to me, but I don't recall agreeing to the use of children for testing. I went to inspect the stasis tubes at the request of my chief nurse and found that there were several children, some as young as 9 years old, awaiting processing. Children! I was shocked and appalled and demanded an explanation from Dr. Milan. Edward Jenner has to test vaccines on children to see if they work, he said. I knew the story. What medical does not. Jenner injected infected purulent exudates into the child's arm, which must have seemed callous disregard for the child's life, and yet it saved the boy. That's how he convinced me. We are at the frontier of sciences. Chances must be taken. I do not always feel comfortable with his ethical choices, but his logic is sound. The research is too valuable for us to let a few moral qualms get in our way. I fear my decision to become a surgeon with Kane Corporation is not quite simple as I thought. The first casualties of the infection spraying across the ship came to my lab, where we had to set up a quarantine operating room. I had to get hands-on with a patient for the first time in years. The flow of blood, the cutting of infectious tissue using my specialized tools. God forgive me, but I enjoyed it. It's impossible to explain the adrenaline rush from playing God in such a way, of having the lives of so many on the verge of death in your hands. I felt it on the battlefields, and I feel it now. It is not the beauty of birth that moves me, it seems, but the pungent stench of death. I thought I'd join Kane Corporation to save my soul. Instead, it is to slake the thirst of the beast in me, whose jaws slaver at the scent of blood. I am ashamed. How could I not see it? Those awful life forms are disguising themselves as us, inside us. They wear our skins and our PDTs, which explains how the security systems cannot detect them. If I didn't already know that where those creatures came from, this would perhaps be less frightening. But they learned the vile abominations. Abomination. What a word that is. It appears to summarize what we have created in our own hubris. We have created evil. God help us all. Okay, all those who are still able to... Okay, yeah. Read that. Dr. Milan has recalibrated his guidelines for subjects of privacy, and specifically the requirements for any female subjects who have previously been pregnant. Female subjects should ideally have been screened, yeah, but their precise source is not important. Since the project has a 99.89% chance of non-fatal reaction in subjects, members of the staff will be eligible for this test. The ideal subject is as follows. Blood type, O negative. Height, between 5'5" and 6 foot. Free of any genetic defects, between 18 and 40. Must have recently been pregnant, ideally within the past year. Blech. Okay. We have disagreed often, but never so more than now. I am aware that Miss Callister doesn't work in surgery and that Chief Nurse Boxer has seniority in terms of rank. However, Callister has one of the most extraordinary organizational minds I've ever worked with. Product storage areas are clean and well indexed. Therefore, I have to challenge your demand that I remove her from her position because of these false reports. She has been sending you about anomalies in the supplies. I have no doubt that your claim of her illicitly taking samples is also only an accusation. She is a fine worker and reports only what she feels is right. I'll be taking no action against her. You are in charge of the project, but you must allow me to choose my staff at my own discretion. Alright, what's this? Extracted PDT. Oh, what's this? Paper note? I don't see anything odd about it. Right. Alrighty. Alright. Empty fluid tank. Green crab observation tank. I'm missing something. Ah, that's what I wanted. Okay. Alright. We're gonna have to do more in here. But there's probably stuff we need to get before we do that. All these monsters are just freaking me out. Okay. Alright, let's check out reception here.
Formed the womb. Oh, never again. It crawled through the night, and then they corrupted their eyes and tore through my skin. Oh, never ever, never again. They came for our mothers and then for our kin, scratching the girls and eating their sin. Change in God's work, a seed to begin. We burn them with fire and kill them with men. Let us remember, never again.
Okay. Oh.
Kane Corporation, the last truly great company, wants to thank all employees for their dedicated service. This year's profits are up 100% across all sectors. Life expectancy is up 5 years. We are at the cusp of greatness. In the words of
Who's that on there?
Humanity has chosen us to do its good work, and together we will not let them down. Kane Corporation.
Oh.
Tomorrow's technology. Today.
Okay.
We asked customers what they thought about Kane Corporation's Jupicola.
I love Jupicola. I love Jupicola.
I love Jupicola.
I love Jupicola.
Love your Jupicola.
Well, now I've opened to move force fields.
Everybody loves a tiny fresh Jupicola. Drink one thing.
All right. All right. So let's go in this room, and hopefully it looks a lot better. I don't think it will. With all this blood all over the place. Okay. Torn apart door. Stasis pod. Empty stasis pod. Empty stasis pod. Oh god. Alright. that's Stasis.
Tia, a survivor.
Someone alive?
Not exactly. He's in stasis.
It could be dangerous to wake someone from stasis without the proper procedures being followed.
Yeah.
So who the hell woke me?
Forget him, John. You need to think about the mission.
What's the point? Let's see what this inside this door here. And then we'll probably call it an episode soon. Oh, Lord. And testing. Okay.
Another body. 2.
Destroy what destroys you. Alright, be still my beating heart. Be still my beating heart. I saw the most divine creature in hydroponics. She's friends with that nurse Erica. Erica gives me the evil eye, but Sadie is just a divine thing. Curves in all the right places in the face of an angel. I keep trying to come up with reasons to visit medicinal hydroponics section. She never sees me though. I'm not trained medical staff. Those soldiers in the recovery rooms give me funny looks if I'm at the window trying to get her attention. I have to find a way to speak to Sadie directly. I've seen her head to the decontamination room, and she seems to go there after every shift. I might try to strike up a conversation by one of the machines. Maybe offer to buy her a drink. I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe the day after, because tomorrow I've got a double shift. Still, it takes a brave man to work on unknown sciences in the bosom of the cosmos, doesn't it? Like the jocks back at school would ever be able to do. What I friggin' do. I risked life and limb to repair essential electronics, and that takes courage. I may not be a soldier, but I think I have the right to call myself a man of courage. Burke Carter? If that's supposed to be a nod to aliens, I'll give him credit on that one. What's with the shutdown? Jesus, 9 days now. I've been trying to get through to the surgical pods for a week. I gave up going to hydroponics to see Sadie after they started restricting access to unnecessary personnel. So now I just hang around product storage by the vending machines hoping to see her. But when I do, I just choke up. Damn, I'm so pathetic. I'm reading this book by Arian Sanchez. It's about the eugenic wars. It's friggin' amazing that we were even allowed to do what we do on this Groom Lake. What with what happened all those years ago. I have to hide the book though. Dr. Bland saw me reading it in the rec room and he went totally apeshit. Threatened to burn the book and fire my ass. So now it stays under my pillow and I sure as hell don't take it on my rounds. Instead, I bring one of the Pangean series by W.C. Dark with me. Is that his real name? Doubt it. I love Major Plotl. He's incredible. Sometimes wish I had the balls to be in the Marines rather than engineering. I'd love to be like him. Rations arrived today. Nobody's impressed. It's all emergency shit, so hardly gourmet. But man, I wasn't expecting much. But this is seriously bad. Because food short people are going bug-if. Lotus punched Malone, broke the poor bastard's nose. Steve's having trouble keeping everyone's fists off each other. I keep asking why we can't just raid hydroponics, but they keep shouting me down, especially Sadie. She looks so pissed when she sees me, but nowhere near as pissed as when she looks at Dr. Milan and Dr. Alraj Kupar. She must despise me. Why didn't I just ask her out before? Because you're a coward, Burke. A dirty, stinking coward. The power went out again. I'm so freaking scared I could barely breathe. Those rumors of animals prowling around medical, not rumors. I saw one. Guy ripped apart by one of those things. Couldn't make it out too well. Pale skin, tails. I think they move around like a pack of dogs. And they're strong. People are scared and hungry. I kept a small stash of food in my quarters. I didn't even tell Steve about it. I feel ashamed for keeping it to myself. But people are getting crazy, man. I think it might actually be against regulation to hoard food. Migledia would kill me if he knew I had rations hidden. Come on, the guy's nuts. He's practically strangled me the other day. Carswell had to restrain him. But I still frickin' kills from the operation earlier. Steve was nominated to reprogram the security turrets, and the guy just went and did it. He's a hero, not like me. 24. Now I'm not just a coward, I'm a friggin' murderer. I used those poor bastards in Stasis to keep those god-awful things from getting to me. I just unlocked the Stasis units and began the recovery process so that when they staggered out of the deep freeze, those things were waiting for them. I found a product storage room that nobody was using and locked myself in. When the breach was reported, I heard the screams. I pissed myself. I effing pissed myself. Is that any way for a real man to behave? As I ran, I saw Sadie cradling her best friend's bloody body in the corridor. The worst friggin' part is that it never occurred to me to stop. I just hoped they'd buy me the time I needed to find a hiding place. That's who Burke Carter was. Whomever finds this, and I know somebody will, he was a coward. I just hope that the computer parts in this PDA come in handy to whomever finds this. If my hide was this useless in life, the least I can hope is that something I left behind will be useful. Okay, yep, the whole... Okay. Well, that's a surprise. But not too much. Alright. And then there's the Stasis pod chip. So we'll have to get that. Alright. Alright, now we'll just go back in the Stasis pod chamber and we're going to call it an episode there. As always, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube. Rich Gen X elsewhere. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. And check out some of the other recordings and game playthroughs I've been working on. Besides this, I am working my way through the rest of the original Sherlock Holmes franchise. I am currently doing the Mystery of the Mummy, and that's a trick to play as well as record. I am working my way through Little Nightmares 2, working my way through Assassin's Creed. I am working my way through the spellcasting series. I'm on Spellcasting 101. Sorcerers get all the girls. I wish I was a sorcerer sometimes. I am working my way through the Indiana Jones franchise, currently on Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. I'm working my way through Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. And I do runs through the game of Monstrum, and all these premiere at 3 p.m., part of a 2-week cycle. Also at 10 a.m. Tuesday through Saturday, I have videos premiering. Tuesday's usually a fic reading. Wednesday is one of the first 7 Final Fantasy games, if I'm not still on 7. Thursday is Dead by Daylight. Friday is it's a fighting game ladder mode, and Saturday is usually for a retrospective for a game or series I've completed. So please check everything out. I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, take care all and have fun. Bye!